Hi, I'm Mike DeSimone.
And I'm Jeff Jensen, and together we're the World Wine Guys. Welcome to our show, World Wine Guys, What We're Drinking. Thank you so much for all of your likes and shares and all of your views. We really appreciate it. We've been having a great time doing this show and bringing wines to you every week, and hopefully you're enjoying those wines with your family and friends, you know?
So we are celebrating a holiday this week.
A holiday,
Thought we were
a wine holiday.
You thought we were fresh out of holidays, but April 17th is World Malbec Day.
Right.
And actually a lot of the other like food and wine holidays are kind of made up, but actually World Malbec Day celebrates the day in 1853 that the president of Argentina decided that Argentina should have a real wine industry. They kind of were making rustic wines at that point that were mostly used in church, for the sacrament of communion, and people drank it, but the wine wasn't really very good. So in 1853, on April 17th, the Argentine president asked a Frenchman, Michel Pouget, to please bring over vine cuttings from France. So they brought the native French varieties like Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot, and of course Malbec, to Argentina, completely changing the face of the Argentine wine industry.
Well, especially in 1956, because of 1956, there was a frost in France, and most of the Malbec vines died, except for one very small region called Cahors in the southwest of France.
Yeah, where they still actually make very good Malbec in Cahors.
But most of the world's Malbec now comes from Argentina.
People know Argentine Malbec. There's
but also I was going to say California.
I wanted to say.
And Washington as well. But we'll talk about that as we go through these. So let's talk about the first one. This one is Portillo Malbec. And Portillo means like a gateway or path, you know. This is a sister winery of Bodega Salentine.
And actually, this is like it's kind of an easy drinking, everyday Malbec. This is really a good gateway to becoming a Malbec drinker.
There we go, using the same word again. So this happens to be vegan and gluten-free. So that's really nice for people who are looking for that.
Concerned about those things. And also, Portillo was the first winery in Argentina that had a certified reduced carbon footprint.
Right. You know, I'm getting a lot of dark plum, blackberry, like baking spice.
Oh yeah, yes.
That's a really pretty wine. Let's give it a taste.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
And cheers to all of you.
Cheers to all of you.
Thanks for watching. And remember, celebrate World Malbec Day this weekend.
2 days after Tax Day. Wow. So that's a lot of the same flavors I was getting in my nose, like cassis, black cherry, baking spices like clove,
cinnamon, clove, but it's really got soft tannins.
Yeah.
It's that's what I consider like kind of an easy drinking red wine. I would actually have this with pasta or some hard cheeses.
Or just on its own.
Just on its own.
It's a really nice wine to just have on its own.
Absolutely. You get the Portillo Malbec at vinporter.com, and it's $15.
Great wine at a great price.
All right. We are staying in Argentina, and we are moving on to the...
I'd like to stay in Argentina.
There we go, really. We're moving on to the Susana Balbo signature Malbec. If you remember in March, we talked a lot about female winemakers.
That's right.
Susana Balbo was actually... in 1981, the first female graduate in the country of Argentina who graduated with a winemaking degree.
Yeah.
She's a noted consultant. She makes wine all over the world. She makes wine in Italy, Spain, Brazil,
Australia, California,
and California as well. And the drinks business called her in 2018 one of the 10 most influential female winemakers in the world. So where was she in March? Well, we're celebrating her now.
You know what? One of the things that we always
Day.
want to do is celebrate women winemakers. And We dedicated a month to it, but now we're calling out women winemakers,
working them in.
Yeah. So let's give this a try. We can talk forever about this wonderful wine, but I'd rather drink it. So
cheers to you.
Cheers.
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 Ooh, really nice. There's something floral on the nose. It's got it's like fruits of the wood, but like a little bit of violet on the nose.
You're right.
Really nice.
I went right into tasting
I'm
it.
behind.
So this definitely, again, transfers to the palate. So you're getting a lot of like blackberry, raspberry, cassis, all those wonderful, beautiful, rich, dark fruits.
Yeah, and this is aged in a mix of, I think it's 30% new oak and then 70% second use oak. So that used oak gives it imparts really soft tannins to it. So it's got nice, very, very smooth tannins in there.
I would say silky or velvety.
Silky, exactly. But it's got good acidity too. It's really, there's a really bright note on the finish.
Super wine. So where can we get this one?
We can get this at wine.com and it's $20.
Great. Another great wine at a great price.
Okay, so now just as the Spanish explorers did, we're going to move up the coast from Argentina through Central America and into California.
There you go.
And we're going to Mendocino County, and this is Saracena, Mendocino County, Malbec.
Wow, this smells, it's Malbec. You can definitely tell it's Malbec, but it smells different. It's grown in different terroir.
Yeah, it does. It definitely has a different...
Mendo...
It actually smells it's like blueberry pie, but you can kind of smell there's something like that seed. You know when you put cedar blocks in your closet? Yeah. It kind of has that sort of smell to it.
Everyone knows that Mendocino is just north of Sonoma, Mendocino County.
It's actually just north. It is northwest of... Oh, yes, it is north of Sonoma.
North of Sonoma,
I was going to correct him, and I was wrong. It's northwest of Napa and north of Sonoma.
It's north of Sonoma, northwest of Napa.
There we go. I always want to be right, though, so even when I'm wrong, I'm right. So.
He does. Can we just taste this wine?
Let's just taste this. Cheers.
Cheers. Wow. I think you're right with the blueberry pie,
Yeah.
I get that in my nose, but I also get that on my palate.
Yeah.
This is really
definitely, it's got
super.
On the palate, I'd say there's black cherry in there, and there's clove, and...
You know what? This has a really long, smooth finish also. This one really, I feel just kind of it's got that nice, persistent finish.
Yeah.
It's Malbec, and it's from California. Most of the Malbec that's grown in the U.S. is grown in California and Washington State. They're grown...
Mostly, there is some in Washington State, but the majority of it's in California. But it's a really, really nice wine. It's something a little bit different, especially because a lot of times people say Argentine Malbec or Mendoza Malbec, kind of in it's one thing, but it is nice to break out of the box and try a Malbec from somewhere else like California.
Exactly. And this comes from a 250-acre family-owned vineyard and plot, with vines, with bees.
It's really got olive trees on there, vegetable gardens. It's a really beautiful, very, very natural place.
And it's certified as a California Sustainable Winery. So that's a wonderful thing. This is a great, great wine. This one you can get at saracena.com. I just keep smelling it.
I know.
Saracena.com, and it's about $30 a bottle. So these are really, really wonderful Malbecs. I think that's a great way to celebrate Malbec Day, April 17th. Remember that, 2 days after Tax Day. Hopefully we're all
Stop talking about Tax Day.
Hopefully we're not crying after Tax Day. We're celebrating, and these are actually wonderful wines that won't break the bank. So thanks again for watching. We really appreciate it. I'm Jeff Jensen.
I'm Mike DeSimone, and thanks for watching World Wine Guys, What We're Drinking. Cheers.
Cheers.